Yep.
Everyone clap.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
That was great.
Tight.
It was like we were musicians.
That was actually really good.
That was a really good
It's like
clap.
we've been a band for 10 years.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It is WeAreGeneration. We're here. We're going to listen to our second album, Small World, that came out in 2018. Do you guys have any comments about this second album?
My favorite.
Yeah, it is like all of our favorites. We always say that every time.
Very fun time.
All right, cool. We're going to hit play, and then we're just going to talk about what we remember from recording this thing. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let's see if it changed.
I forgot about that. I was like,
The intro? The
the
that was the VHS intro.
I don't know why that was the theme. I don't remember why that was
Because
the
we
whole
built
thing for
everything around the final song, which was the welcome with the
Yeah.
VHS being taken out.
Yeah. This is like one of the final ones that was made.
No, it's the middle ones. This was one of the middle ones. I think one of the final ones were you were working on it in the wee hours before release.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Was it Love,
Yeah, I think
Love on My
I think it
Lover?
was- no.
It wasn't Evolved.
Might
It
have
was
been
both
Breathe.
Evolved and Love On.
Breathe was something we worked
Love
on
On.
really late.
No, it was Breathe.
No,
No,
Breathe
it
was a
was
single.
It was Loved On and Evolved. Those are the ones that I remember. Like, it was, it was like 10 minutes too.
Yeah, I remember. He's like, "Can you come in and listen to Love On?" And
It was like 10 minutes too.
and he did like an LP thing from like Crawling or something. And that's what he pointed. I pointed it out, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, yeah, that's it. That's it. I
Yeah.
think we're done."
That's what it was.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs that Frankie plays drums to.
This one?
No, well, Love On.
Love On? Oh, yeah, Love On was fun.
Yeah. But I love this one too. This was like the rhythm was just something we haven't done before. A lot of this is just stuff we weren't doing yet. And so, especially when it came to your drums, like you were just trying this stuff I haven't heard really before.
Yeah, you go from like Crazy and Love
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
No, Crazy
Dude,
Love,
even like hearing Over Oceans, like living off the same love, and then going to Evolved, completely different, and it's
Yeah.
so dope.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember like that's what we wanted from this record, for it to be completely different.
Yeah, it had more like attitude and like.
Yeah,
Attitude.
That's the
Very,
word.
like.
That's a really
that's
that's a really good. That's a good way to put it. This one had more attitude.
This was the Attitude album.
This is the attitude era.
No, for real. Oh, we're coming out like DX with the tank.
Yeah,
everything.
we're
Yeah.
going through WCW.
It's actually not a VHS at all. It's actually a tank going into the studio.
Yeah.
You know, now that we've been playing the song live, I wish we would have added the screams from live to the album.
Oh, to the album. Yeah.
There's a lot of things I wish we would have done.
Oh yeah. After the fact, we were just like,
Wasn't the first time we did the screens at that one concert we did in Tennessee? Or that one? I feel like it's the first time we did it.
no, we
have been
did it
doing
because we
that
did it for
before.
Nashville.
We did.
No,
do
we
it,
even
yeah,
did that
Nashville.
before.
So I'm saying
It was
Nashville.
before. It was so we used it.
What was one of
It
the
was
first?
before Nashville for sure because it was something I knew I already wanted to do. Like we already knew like it was a part of the song.
I think it was like
I remember-
rehearsal.
it was.
Yeah,
it
It
was
was
definitely.
rehearsal, and we were like,
I think we started playing the song.
Oh yeah, when did we play this song live? What was the
We
first
s-
instance when we played it live?
There.
So
No, it
no,
was not
that was
Nashville.
before.
No.
Dude, we played shows all throughout.
it had to have been in a
2018.
church.
Oh,
It
that's
was in
the
the
Small World
church.
tour. The Small World tour. With
That
Caleb.
was after the album came out.
That was before that.
This
Small
one did
World
not-
Tour was after we came out with that.
No, Small
The-
World.
the
Small
show-
World
No,
Tour.
Small World tour is when-
Exactly, it came after the record.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was when we were first doing the screen.
I remember. So we did Jersey in 2017. After that, we did a show in December of 2017, and you did the acapella. You said you did the first verse acapella because we still didn't have the thing yet. It was like our hands held high at Milton Keys.
Back. Oh my gosh, you're right.
And then I
Whoa.
think we had a show in January. We didn't play it then. I want to say it was probably up until I remember doing a show in October. Oh, we did IMG in the summer. Okay, so that's Leave Me On. Okay, great. Then that was it's
Pause
Evolve.
it.
Now we're in
Give it
Leave
a
Me On.
pause. Give it a pause.
Pause it.
I would say for that song for Evolved, that was like my baby of the album. Like
Yeah.
I felt extremely proud. It was that one, and it was my lesser baby, which we'll get to later. Not so proud of.
Dang.
Well, no, it's just like I really that song. I really want to re-record it.
Wait, which one is it?
Lost.
Lost in Lies. I just want to re-record it so
Yeah.
bad.
But yeah,
Make it liveable.
I remember. I think we started doing Evolved in those IMG shows in the summer, and I think that's when. Yeah. It was then, and then I remember we didn't do anything August nor September. October we were going on the radio, and then we did a show in October in Tampa, and then we did another one in Orlando in November, and then we went back to Tampa for the album release show.
Okay. Wow.
I know, feels like
It really
feels like a
does.
long time ago. Yeah.
Fun fact. Me and T wrote this song at your parents' house in your little room.
Evolved?
Yeah.
We wrote it in your room. We wrote that,
Yes.
and we wrote Lost in Lies at the same day.
Yep, we did that one, and we also did the bass for that.
Yep.
That night,
Mm-hmm.
we did the bass that night. All right, cool. This is the first single off of Small World. This is right off of our other hit single, Crazy in Love. This is what's next.
It's Crazy in Love 2.0.
2.0, yeah.
That's what I honestly
Still
like.
love
Always
this
felt
song.
like it
You
was.
feel that way about
Yeah, it was like it was just the step up from Crazy in Love. Like when you hear Crazy in Love and then you hear this, you feel like, oh, there's obviously like some elevation that happened there, like some sort of step that they took.
I'll tell you this too. I was looking back at like some of the footage that we took from these recording sessions. This album was going to be a lot more hip hop heavy.
Yeah, yeah,
And
because
then
it
we're
was
just gonna
mainly
add
just his
guitars on
beat.
that.
Yeah, we didn't think of adding like
Frank comes into the process towards the end.
What happens is when he comes over, we had a whiteboard with all the songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it would just be Frankie's last thing. Everything else is done, and then Frankie's the last one that's not filled in yet.
Yo, legit.
Oh.
We always had drums were always the final thing,
Right.
which we learned during the recording of this that it's supposed to be one of the first things you do.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be one of the first, and then you re-record everything according to the drums.
Yep. And then
Dude,
all the drums recording were not done in a studio. This was all done at home. The whole album was
the
done
whole
at
album
home.
was done.
yeah,
This is
all
the last.
homegrown.
My shed.
Yeah.
My parents' shed in the back.
Yeah.
That was fun. I remember when I was recording these songs, especially Leave Me On, I was stressing out so much. I remember it was like so cold because the shed didn't have any like
Oh
insulation.
man.
It was so cold, and like I'm in the back like by myself for like hours because like they said, it was different how we recorded back then. Like
Bare
everything
bones.
was already done, and then I would come in, so I would have to like stress out more on getting everything exactly where it needed
Because
to
back
be.
then, yeah, we couldn't really waste the time, not waste the time, but take the time to like do like a reference track of drums
Oh,
and
yeah.
then take that to the studio and learn from that and then go and do the
Yeah,
drums.
no,
Because
we-
at that point, it's so much easier because you already know what you're playing. You kind of have an idea. You
Yeah,
just
we were all
add some
broke. That's
flair
why
to
we
it
couldn't
here
do
and
it.
there.
Really.
Yeah, it's this process nowadays is just we're so blessed to have the process we have now.
Oh God, yeah.
Because of just how easy and streamlined we make things, it's great. But back then, doing this, it was like
That was tough.
it was tough.
It was fun
yeah.
though. It was tough, but it was fun. 'Cause I feel like
Yeah.
So Frank, how do you feel about this song?
this is a completely fresh thought right off the dome. No, I was just saying this album. I feel like we expanded a lot our sound, the way that we process music, like when we're writing music and how we're like building it. We've learned a lot from that, and yeah, we just expanded our like the way we play. Because before
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of exclusively at church. That's a very different way to play when you're trying to be a little bit more. I guess the word is creative. 'Cause you have to really build it. You're not basing it off of another person's
Yep.
drums.
That's the hard part.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're doing it yourself. You like have to use your imagination a
Mhm.
little more. So I learned. I mean, I'm still learning every day, but I remember with this one, this is especially this song.
Yeah.
I felt it. I was like, all right.
How do
you
I
gotta-
do this?
you
Like, how
gotta
do I
think
make
about
it?
what you're doing?
Yeah. Damn, that's so true. No, I agree. It's this definitely was the album that I felt like we all just took it seriously with, it was just
Yeah, the first album of Over Oceans was like us, because we were so influenced at the time, of like Christian music, and we really wanted to capture that sound for our first record and imitate what we saw.
We did on that one.
yeah.
And we did definitely. And then with the second one, I think we were just more comfortable. I think we were getting older. We felt more comfortable with our faith and not feeling like we had to, copy what was out there, but put our own spin to it, and do our own other things that we were inspired and that made us want to do this record. So,
Right.
And I think it came out beautifully.
I think so too.
It was
I
definitely
agree.
fun. It was a lot of fun to create this one. And in a lot of ways, we will reference these sessions to what we do, even like through Coastlines and Safe Place and Momentary, like all those different records were always like, yeah, but like remember with Small World, we would do this on the third.
Yeah.
And, like I want to make stuff like that, and so
Like I think
that was always
about one thing I think about like with that is like, oh, we don't have like late night sessions anymore like we used to. Small Road
No.
was the era of like staying up until 3 a.m, 4 a.m, just writing and coming up with stuff. And now that we're all older and have families and jobs and responsibilities, it makes it harder to kind of get
have
that
those.
space again. But I think we still try to capture it as much as we can in the moments that we do have together. Because even in moments like this is rare. All 4 of us in one room is really rare to see.
Yeah, so you're welcome.
yeah, you're
guys.
welcome.
But it'll
Yeah.
change.
Yes.
Change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay
All right,
tuned.
let's go to the next one.
Websites and
Yes.
media.
I breathe.
Breathe.
Speaking of the songs that
Yeesh.
you stayed up until 4 doing, this is like the
This
number
is
one I always think of.
Definitely one of those.
Yeah. This was,
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
Remember when I was telling you the album was going to be very hip hop based? It's because of this song.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
song is
yeah.
very hip-hop
At
based.
first we were just like,
But
oh,
we
man,
sing the whole
pockets.
time.
Yeah. But then it does a switch to us that we always tend to do now. Not now, I don't even say now, but it's just like our trope. It's like this like nice hip hop approach, a nice soft approach, and it becomes this grander thing, that we introduce later on.
Yeah. With this record, I'm trying to remember. I think we definitely did the hip hop approach in the sense of we had Frank play only on the chorus.
Yep.
And I remember one of the initial ideas was we were gonna re-sample your drums, but
Yeah.
it would just make the song messy.
Mhm.
So we're like, let's just keep it to where it is now,
I always thought that was intentional. Having the electronic drums,
and then going to there. Yeah.
and then
No,
having
we
a
were
real.
just-
it was.
It had a
but-
couple different versions.
Because it
where-
reminded me of like. You're gonna hear this all night, but it's reminded me of like early LP. Like they would put
Yeah.
electronic drums, like Joe would put it, and then you would hear
And
Rob's
then you'd
drums
go
in the
from
middle,
there,
like
yeah.
in the middle of the song.
That's I mean, they're our inspiration. They're
Yeah.
literally the reason why we do it. So it's like,
Yep.
to see like the really nice similarities that we have in this album compared to their body of work that they've had throughout the past 20 years is
Yeah, and what's cool is like with this album, like obviously it's we were inspired by that, but I feel like not a lot of it is in the album. There's like especially Evolved. I feel like is extremely LP. Like
Yep.
it's
Oh my God, yeah,
it's living
literally
things. It's lost in the echo.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
literally lost in the echo.
But like
And I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to say that.
no, of course
'cause
I'm not
that-
ashamed of it
'cause
either.
it's
But like
such a
later
great
on, we get to
song.
like, I think like bands we were really inspired by was like the song Everlong by Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a lot of Foo Fighters inspirations in this album too. Later on, I think we'll get to it.
I was very when I was doing this album, I was very into mute math. Very
Yeah,
much so.
all right.
You put us on
Yeah.
Mute Math.
Yeah, you did.
Mute
You put
math.
us on Mute Math. You put
You
us
did.
on Paramore
Yeah.
on this one.
Was it
I
the record or
remember-
was I felt like Paramore was more New Jersey.
but
That's what I was
Frankie
gonna say too.
the
Like during
Paramore
the
guy.
Jersey,
Yeah.
because we were still. I think we were listening to demos
were.
in Jersey.
Yeah.
Did we
And
not
then we
play
were-
My Heart before the album?
We did.
Yes.
Was
And,
that
and
bef-
that tour. That was the only tour that we
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah. Even our at the time we were doing the Crazy in Love with the intro that was inspired by what was the song? name?
Let the Flames Begin.
Was it that one? Let the Flames Begin.
Yeah.
Bum, bum,
No, no, it was
Yeah, it is Let the Flames.
It is
Is
Let
that
the
one?
Flames.
Yeah.
I listened to it on the regular. I'll
Part
be
two.
honest.
Part 2 and Let the
I
Flames
listened to
Begin.
the
That,
right-
in that
That's
interlude
that
part.
was that part 2.
Yeah.
Man.
And we still
But-
do it to this day.
People love this part live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I always heard it as like their favorite part to sing live with.
I think that's the thing I love about it is like it feels like it's a release kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's a
like
breathe.
the whole song
breathe.
and you just kind of breathe and you finally have that fresh,
You take a
breath
deep
of fresh
breath.
air. Right? Yeah, there you go.
When we do it live, it's like so much more like elongated and like more
Oh, yeah.
emotional, you know.
Because we do a pause now.
Yeah.
We take a little pause and then we'll like this more.
And then we go
hit 'em
into
with
This is my favorite part of the song.
This actually was okay. So this is
Okay,
fun
there you go.
fact.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the
This
song.
part is actually a part of something that I was going to be creating for my solo album. So this whole beat was originally something I was making for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then when T found out I was making an album, he's like, "Nah, screw that. You're making it the second album." And I was like,
True.
"Okay." And so
We
let me
do it
show
to this
him-
day,
I'm gonna
like-
show him the stuff I had. And so this was originally part of the story where this is a character that kind of wanders, and throughout the whole album you'll hear it throughout the key of a certain note. And so this happened to go into the key of A. And so that's what you're hearing.
Yeah.
And so he's just kind of dancing along the whole thing, just going around. And there was a whole bunch of story writing and storytelling with it, but it stuck because of just how like floaty it felt with the whole song. It just matched with it, but no one knew what the hell it was, because everyone would ask me like, what is that part at the end? And it literally like it's almost 30 seconds of just that. It felt like it was about to go into another song. People say, oh, it's about to go into another song. No, it's just goes into
I just love it because it just
Yeah.
goes away.
Yeah,
Like,
it goes
just-
away, but also like Frankie's like little like
Yeah, that's it.
that
Yeah.
just adds
Oh,
magic.
it's perfect.
It adds
I
so
don't
much
know,
magic
like
to it.
I don't know if I can't remember whether or not that thing was in before he did that, or if he just did
I
that.
think you told me to do it. I remember I was recording. Yeah, I think I remember this
amazing.
album, this song we recorded in your room. I remember I stuffed the
Yeah.
drum set in your room. We had the
Mics
mics.
everywhere, wires
Yeah.
all over the place. Look nuts.
This one we did, yeah. And I remember that when we were doing it, you told me about this part. I didn't do anything at first, and you were
Yeah.
just do something. I was like, okay. And that was it.
And that's it.
It's
Three
magical.
dings.
It's
Three
magical.
dings on the.
Magical.
Was that all at the apartment with?
No, this was at Mom's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Mom's house.
I think
Because we
This-
finished the album
the
at the
second
apartment.
album. Yes, we finished it at the
album.
apartment, but we started at Mom's house.
Which is funny. We finished the evolved vocals at the apartment.
Yes, we did.
What?
We
finished
did.
the evolved.
On
Yeah, we
the
have
bunk
that.
bed. I'm over here rapping.
We
on the
have
bunk
so
bed.
what's funny is that I'm literally going through all the footage that we took, and one of the videos is it's a shot of me and then Mig on the bunk bed.
Yeah.
And I was just there like like I was trying to like record that first part, and then Mig is like coaching me through it. So yeah, it got up until then.
Yo,
And
that's
then
crazy.
speaking of late nights, I remember I spent the night. I think I spent the night to
One
celebrate.
of the many nights you spent the night at. Yeah.
I think I spent the night because it was coming out at 12, and then
Yeah, we
were
no, we
doing-
had a with Frankie wasn't there.
Oh,
but we
you
had
talking about when
the
the album
album
release?
release.
It was at the
We were
apartment.
all together.
Yeah,
It was
we
the
got a
after
cake
party.
made
Sorry,
and
I couldn't
everything.
be there.
Sorry.
It was. I remember. No, it was something.
I think you had something else the next day.
It was like I forgot what it was. I couldn't be there. I remember.
Yeah.
I went the night before.
Mhm.
I think it was with you.
Yeah.
We were just listening to the album.
Do you know?
Yes,
do
we
you know what
did.
we did? Do you know what we did after? Or no, it was before. Do you know what we did before the album came out? You remember? No? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
We
I remember
Keys
the
or something?
cake. I remember like the day of, like the
We
cake and stuff.
we watched the A Thousand Suns documentary. Right, it was right
Wow,
That's
like
what
the
we
night
did.
of.
before. The night,
Yep.
right? No, it was like 11 o'clock. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
watched
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
Wow.
I do remember that.
we watched it.
All right, here we go. Cops.
Oh, I forgot all this song.
This song's pretty good.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, really good thing. I remember.
We
This is
only
actually
did this
one of-
song once on the Small World Tour
Once.
for the acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That acoustic show was a lot of fun.
And this is interesting. Like, I think about like mainly me as like my skills as a singer. This was like when I was just trying to like, it was just right at the barrier of like still feeling self-conscious about my voice and like still trying, like just giving it like one like screw it kind of try. And this whole album, fun fact, not really mixed or mastered really. It was done by us, but back then we didn't know what we were doing.
Still don't.
And so there's nothing like no effects on this, not really. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm very proud of the work I did for the level I was at the time.
Yeah.
And I mean that for everybody. Like in terms of this whole song, like this is like the one that I felt like we just kind of really kind of pushed it with, and it just all sounded together.
I want to say this song we had a lot of frustrations with while
Yeah.
doing it. I think it was with Frank. This had to have been one of the songs Frank came to the apartment for drums.
No, this was
done
still
at
at
the house.
mom's. Yeah, that was still
Done
at the
mom's
house.
Okay, so
I-
maybe it was
Most of the drums
maybe
are
I did this
setting.
song in the shed. I remember doing this song.
Okay,
Yeah,
was it
either the
setting?
shed or mom's. Like it was one of those.
I remember.
places, Yeah.
I maybe it's not this one, but we had a song where we were very frustrated. We could not get it. I don't know. I thought it was Cops.
I think it was Love On. Am right
No,
on
I
that?
think it was Alone.
Alone.
I think it was Alone.
Yeah, what's you hear Alone? If you have not heard Alone in a while, Alone's great.
Dude,
And Alone
I
is
think that's
probably
still-
one of our best songs.
That's
It is,
still
we've
one of my
never. I feel like
favorite
we've
songs.
never played it.
This was gonna be on a solo
Yeah, that's
album.
probably why it's not coming. That's what I remember it.
And I remember too, because even in Over Oceans, like you did have those singing moments, and then that one rap song. But I remember really trying to push you, being like, no, I think this should definitely just be you, kind of a thing. Because
Yeah,
we would
this
always
was just-
write, we'd
yeah.
always write with the intention of like one of us was gonna sing it,
Right.
but because this was already full, like fleshed out, I was like, nah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really have to go for it on this
Yeah.
one.
The writing back then was mainly just like we were writing for either of us. We
Yeah,
didn't really have
yeah,
like
either
this is like
perspective.
my verse type thing. Because nowadays it's like that. Nowadays,
Oh yeah,
this is my verse, this is your verse. But when we're doing choruses, it's more together. But
yeah.
back then it was just like writing to write, and whoever can do it can do it.
That's what's
Mainly
fun
it was
about
you doing it. Yeah. But
Yeah, this is definitely one of those like, for me it was a mute math, and then also a minutes to midnight type of vibe that I knew that I wanted to do, especially the beat on the second verse.
Yeah.
I knew that was definitely like a minutes to midnight type of.
I always love this part of the song. It's just so different. This part, like I feel like we've never, as far as like this, we've never done anything like it.
you probably did. You probably did. You do it live. Yep.
Yeah, because then you guys would be bouncing off each other at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, this was cool to do that one time live, especially acoustically. It just felt really natural and really soft, and even this part, like, even if it gets to like these parts, it was still like it was nice. It was a good setting for it.
I just like.
I don't know. I'm saying, will we ever do it again? I don't know. Yeah,
I just really like the lyrics.
I do too.
And I feel like you singing it, like it was like your voice was for this song. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
offense to you, it wouldn't have something to say to you.
If I'm not mistaken, this song, Miguel, you wrote this whole song.
Yeah,
Because I remember there's a story behind it.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, so like the idea behind it is basically it's like it's like the idea of like whenever you're driving down a road and let's say you do see a cop behind you, and let's say you necessarily haven't done anything wrong, you just see a cop behind you, you still have this initial instinct to feel guilty for some reason, like you just murdered like 5 people and have all of them behind you. But ultimately it's this like idea of having to let go of that anxiety of that, like, is there something wrong with me? Because if I keep questioning that, then it's all I'll ever focus on. So that's the idea of the song. It's like understanding my past, understanding what I've done and who I could be, and trying to seek that peace, after the fact, I guess, or in between that. Yeah, really weird writing for what was I was 17 at the time. I don't know what it was. Like it's just I don't like writing pop stuff, and to me, like whenever we were getting into the second album, I was so fed up with how we were writing with the first one, and I was just like, I really wanted to break away from that. And so I tried to figure out like, how can I still bring my ideas to life while being able to stay true to what we are and who we are, and at the time and everything. So I was glad I was able to do both.
Tight. All right, cool. So we're back. Sorry about that. Wait, where are you? You're right here. What's up? We're back.
Whole new setup.
Now I know, right? Legit. Do I look cleaner? We are going
We look
to
great.
now one of my favorite songs. Honestly, it's definitely top 3 for me. Here we go. This is madness.
Oh, this is
Woo! We can edit this out real quick, but we got Cops, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hope.
If anything, you could just use the audio.
Yeah, we'll just use the audio from the GoPro. It's fine. Is it
Fantastic.
still on? No. And it's at 1 bar. Nice.
Man.
This song goes hard.
Dude, this song's freaking dope.
You know what's so cool
love
is
this
that I
song.
love how like the live setting from what we do to the studio thing is very different. Cause this live is like so different.
Oh, we're doing movie magic on the left side of the screen.
Uh-oh.
And not the screen.
Yeah, we're good.
You can't really tell because you're on a 2D.
What were you saying?
I've always
Meg?
loved
I'm
this
sorry.
song.
Surface.
Did we not play this song? We didn't play this song on the recent tour, right?
No, we
No,
haven't.
no.
Dang
Oh, we
it.
did.
We did.
did it with this
Oh yeah,
mashup
we,
for
yeah,
Find
we
Myself.
mashed it.
We mashed it.
We haven't played the
Yeah.
song in its entirety in a while.
No, not the.
We've
full
been
thing.
I think it was
mashing it
just
up.
after. I think it was after the tour, that Small World tour. That's when we did that.
This is my most inspired mute math. Drum
This
line.
is the
Really?
one.
Yes.
This is the one.
Yeah. DK.
What's his name again? DK.
DK.
Okay.
DK the drummer.
DC talk?
No. DK the drummer is a freaking legend.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know what I said. It's okay.
And I heard you, bud.
I heard you. we all heard you.
Anyway, I think I still have the lyrics written down somewhere
For
for this
this?
song.
It was on
It is in one of my notebooks.
isn't most of the album on one book?
Mm,
Isn't that Lead Me On, Breathe? On and,
No, I think I have it on 2 notebooks.
We got a
yeah.
second.
Wait, didn't we buy all buy notebooks and write WAG 2 on them?
I don't know if we all
I think
did,
me
but
and you
we
did.
Or it's
we
just- I
he
think it
did
was-
and
I-
you did.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was just us two. Then
Yeah.
yeah, it's on that notebook. I
Mine is
think.
gone, burnt somewhere. Yeah, I have no clue.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah.
That's really disappointing.
Honestly, yeah. I can't really remember if I do keep any lyrics.
Because everything now is on the phone.
Yeah, everything's on the phone.
Yeah, like, but I started writing on my phone towards the end of this
Mhm.
this thing. I actually kind of want to see. I want to see if I do have any lyrics.
God, I'm so
Let's go.
sorry.
Actually, let's go Madness.
I know.
No?
It's
Do I have
horrible.
anything in
I'm gonna
Madness?
burn this whole place to the ground.
No. I have the Madness bass on here. February
Oh, look at
16,
that. That's
2018.
crazy.
Oh no, it's gone.
I have all the tempos of all the songs
Yo.
that we disregard live because Frank doesn't want to play the click tracks.
I am the tempo.
Oh, I have the set list here.
Whoa.
All right, so we have Evolve, Lead Me On, Strong Enough to Save, Banger, Breathe, Hope Again, Solos, Mashup. I think we only did that once. I don't think we did
I would
it.
love to do it just
Madness is a Tide, Love On, and then we
an
ended
Over
this
Oceans listen through just for Hope Again.
Restore. Wrist, Desperado, and Crazy One.
Just
What'd you
for
say?
Hope
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I would love to do an Over Oceans listen through like this, but just only Hope Again.
10
For
times.
30 minutes.
It's crazy.
Guys, it really
Um,
isn't that good as you think it is.
And then
listen to it all the
acoustic.
time.
What do
Yeah, it's great.
This is actually, the next one that we do is going to be, actually, Over Oceans turns 10 next year.
All right, so,
So
after this
you're
video,
you're gonna see another one.
we're
of
filming a
these.
whole other one because we're not gonna be together in another.
It's gonna be very.
2 years.
It's gonna be very. That's gonna be a quick listen
No,
to.
I'm playing.
He's
Yeah,
playing.
this
Don't
song that I
listen to him.
remember.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I was
all
like,
right. Stay on the website, guys.
Yeah.
Watch all the videos. We're gonna have a lot
Check
of
it
things
out.
cooking.
Small World, October 22nd, 2018. That's when the singles. I had planned out all the singles. It's recorded from January 2017, which is also, I think, in February of 2017 is when. No, it's either February or March of 2017 that we released "Lead Me On."
I love the big gap between March and October of 2017.
whole year.
Oh yeah, the October it was because there was a second. Bro, Lead Me On got mixed like
Yeah, like
4
4
or 5
times.
different times. Yeah, like 4 times. It was the initial, then it was the other one, and then it was
There's
Topher.
Topher's mix.
Yeah,
Which-
so
which
3
is the
times.
final mix.
Yeah, we kept Topher's mix.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Shout out to Topher. Topher, we love you. The Bandcamp exclusive at the time was going to be Nights Like These, Back to the Start reprise, and a Small World documentary.
Yeah.
Did we do the doc?
No, we never did
Of course
doc.
not.
We have footage.
we
I
don't talk
promise.
about it.
We don't talk about the
we
doc.
don't talk about the doc.
We always talk about doing a
Oh yeah,
documentary.
where's
Remember-
our Jersey
remember
All
doc?
right, here we go.
Don't-
Some of it, not all
Let's
of
not
it.
bring up
The
that.
You're gonna see a
Yes.
lot of this footage, that footage during this though.
Really?
A lot of that footage is gonna be during this.
The ones that I found, the random ones that I found. You remember that one?
Oh, it's
New
on the
Jersey
Jersey
dog
ones?
stuff?
Yes, he
Oh
has
yeah,
them.
yeah. So we have
They're
it
all on the drive.
Okay, so according to October 31st, 2018, this is all of the, and this will be in post. This is all the songs. All right, drums. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. When did I start that? Oh, snap. Wait, we're about to
do
end.
the Vox for Mig on Lost on Ice.
All right, cool. That was madness, everyone.
Great. It's a great song, fun live. The message of it's beautiful.
Yes.
This was definitely one
This-
of those where my pen was crazy.
Your pen was crazy, and it was
My
this
pen
one
was
of the
crazy on
times
this
where I
one.
was like genuinely impressed with.
You know
Taylor's pen.
not to get too personal, but like the difference between like when Miguel is doing his songs, like think of Cops, it's a totally different mindset and ideal that the things that you go through compared to what T has gone through.
Right.
And you can just tell through the songs of like like what is mostly T's like the things he's going through at the
Right.
time and that that situation compared
Definitely
to the
different.
things that you're going through like with Cops and
Yeah.
and later on
That's
even
cool.
in the third and fourth.
And the cool thing about Small World as like the concept, if there ever was one, because we were trying so hard to like, the second album was the idea of like, let's make a concept album, right? And so we're trying these different ideas of like what you'll hear in the beginning album of the album, where it's like the VHS tape, and then later on you'll hear the ending with some other sounds. And we were just trying to create this idea that it's all one world. This whole album, this whole idea, this whole listening experience you have is all connected to individuals that are a part of just one world that they live in. They are divided by class or political standpoint or whatever. It's all just, we're all living the same life and going through the same motions every day. And so that's what we were trying to bring out the most. I'm trying to show the most. And when you hear different perspectives when it comes to the writing, that's really what ends up happening. There's just different viewpoints of life that you'll hear.
That's the great thing of having multiple songwriters on an album, is the different perspectives. The stuff that I went through, Mig doesn't know, but the stuff that Mig went through, I will never know. And so it's cool whenever you write it down. And the same thing with these two right here as well.
Yeah.
And then when you create it, you get Small World. All right, cool. That was madness.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to my second favorite.
The transition from this song, well, from Madness into this song,
Goated.
is one of my favorites.
You were
that
so
we did.
proud of it.
Goated.
Well,
I
it was
remember
mainly, it was mainly T that did it.
Oh, was
so
it T?
goated.
Yeah, mainly T that
I
worked on it.
remember I was there and you guys were like just going nuts of when you got it done.
Bro.
This was one of the first like that transition, the transition part into this song, and then the beat after was like, oh man, we can actually make music. Like
Didn't
we were
you-
like in
yo,
that
legit.
idea, like oh man, we can do this.
Didn't you write this verse on the first Jersey tour?
I wrote this during it. We had the beat already in place for, I would say, I had already made the beat 6 months prior, and it was just on the shelf. There was supposed to be for the solo album.
Yeah.
It never came, and then
Thank God.
yeah, and then so I was just kind of writing to it when we were on the plane, and this is the idea that came from it. It was just like this questioning period of like whether or not I can do the things that I so badly and so desperately have wanted to do for so long. And can I do it right? Can I do it the way I want to do it, and survive it? So that's the mindset of it.
Was this not freestyle?
No, this was written. This is written literally.
He
on our
literally
way to
says ink
Jersey.
on a pad.
It's written.
Duh.
This is like one of the few lead. This is like when I started writing verses, because I wasn't. That's true. If you think about it, he's right. I wasn't really writing verses at this point. I was
It's
still
true.
freestyling and like just coming up with stuff, and I'll write in between them. But this was the first thing where I was like, let me write a whole verse out and just like get a full like string of conscious out.
Yeah, because I remember the Evolved that was the one where me and T told you need to write the verses for that.
Yeah,
Because I know you were freestyling most of it.
mhm.
That's what. See, I'm not crazy.
No, yeah. This album was
Yeah,
the first
no,
album.
100%. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was freestyled in
This
that.
guy.
He irritated the crap out of me. That's what you did all throughout Over Oceans.
And then what
And then
it
every
was,
time I try to put it on like Bandcamp or Genius, I was like, "Hey, do you have the lyrics?" He goes, "No."
No, of
so
course
then I had
not.
to spend
yeah.
like 15 minutes just to
Trying to
Oh,
decipher the
15
lyrics.
minutes.
Yeah.
all
Jesus
15
guy, huh?
minutes just trying to go word by word, dude.
Well, I mean, the main reason why I did that was just because I was very self-conscious about my rap ability. I didn't know if I could do it. And so I just thought, like, if I just freestyle it, it makes sense for it to be considered a freestyle, and I could justify it if it's trash. Like, that was my idea. And if I wrote something, it's on wax. Like, that's, like, my words, and they might be, what if they're trash? Like, that was, like, my biggest fear was, like, if I write something down and it's not good, I don't have the backup to being like, oh, it was just freestyle. It's just me just spitting. You know what I mean? I could just say
That's
that.
a good point.
So it's just that was
That's a good
like
point.
it was hard, but now it is what it is.
Yeah, now you're good with and without
Yeah.
a pen on the pad. Frank, do you have any comment on this song?
I just like it a lot. I don't know. I just like I like that it's literally just him rapping. That's all I can really say about it. It's just it's literally like the perfect transition in a way.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is the classic WAG trope,
Mm-hmm.
where kind of our mission statement, not a mission statement, but kind of something we've always wanted to keep doing was, one song's gonna be this way. We're gonna, it's gonna be rock. It's gonna be, temporary or alternative, and then all summer's gonna do some rap.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna switch it up. Maybe not be a rap beat. Maybe it's like a lo-fi beat, and we're gonna rap on top of it.
Yeah.
This was definitely the record where it was like, no matter what festival you invite us to, we want to be able to play it.
We will accommodate.
That was the goal.
Yeah. If this song to me feels like, I don't know if you guys ever seen a play, and like sometimes they'll have like someone do a monologue.
Mm.
That's what this feels like.
Wow.
This feels like a monologue with
That's
music
great. That's
behind
very
it.
great. to
Which
put
kind
it.
You know
of
what I mean?
it kind of makes sense because now if we were listening to this on a vinyl, we just finished side A, and this is side B.
Yeah.
Good transition, too.
Good transition.
Appreciate that one.
Fantastic.
This-
Risks.
What can we not say about Risk, right?
I will say I had a completely different drum pattern for this song, and then Frank made it 10 billion times better.
Just blew it out of the water,
Dude.
bro. Like
So, okay, fun fact about this one. I don't know if you remember. For some reason, we went to your grandma's crib, and we were having practice at your grandma's
Yeah.
crib all the way in St.
Yeah.
They were probably in Peru or something.
Yeah, they were traveling.
And so we were like,
dang.
bump it. Let's just play the song
Yeah,
and see
we
what
did do
happens. And that was, I think, this was definitely on the list of one of those to play. And when I don't think I've heard your drum part yet, and that was the first time I heard it. I was like, yes! I was so excited.
This part is insane. I don't know how you figured that like rhythm into that.
That disco rhythm.
So
Ah,
just to
nuts.
clarify from the beginning of this is the drums were the final part of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everything
so
else
Frank, I
was
gotta ask you,
already done.
what was like, how'd you do it? Like what is it?
How'd you do it, man?
How do you neglect all my drum parts so effortlessly?
Just throw them out the
They
window.
better ones.
Well, I don't know. I guess the way I approach when I'm playing is I'll listen to the guitars, and from there I'll find empty spaces, and I feel like that's where the empty spaces were when I was playing the song. Of course, in the chorus part, it's not empty; it's very punchy. But that disco beat, I was like, what can fit in here that wouldn't take away from his riff? And that's where I came from it. That's how I looked at it more of like, what can I do to I guess the word is elevate the track and not overtake what he's doing on the guitar.
Right.
And so I don't know. I love this song a lot.
No,
I
yeah.
remember
It's so
when I
cool.
played this song. That's actually fun fact that this beat where I'm doing the double hit of the snare where it's like I've never played that beat before. I don't know where I even heard it, to be honest with you.
You just were like, this sounds great.
I was like, this fits, and that was about it. And then like the whole rock part, I know we wanted to do a breakdown. I wanted to do it in a way that it felt less structured. So like, if you guys hear it, it's the same three parts in the song where I'm doing the hi-hat attack, then the disco hi-hat attack, then I'm going to the breakdown.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I just wanted to feel less I like it when music is that way.
Yeah. It
Even
feels like
this-
it's just flowing. Everything's just kind of like one string together, and there's no like cut dry moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's felt like that for sure. It did feel like we were doing it live all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. It like honestly, but we did this all take by take by take by take.
Yeah.
And it somehow it just floats away like. It all came
You made
one
an
string.
argument earlier, Meg, about
Yeah.
like how Lead Me On was like the Crazy in Love 2.0.
Yeah.
I would argue this is more of Crazy in Love 2.0.
Really?
Because Crazy in Love is it's like bump 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 bump, and it's
fast-paced.
like does not stop until they
right.
get to the bridge.
Yep.
And this song does not stop.
It doesn't stop the
It's
whole way
consistently the
through.
same.
Frank
intensity.
has to work this song.
Yeah.
This song I see in corner shows were like the song that killed you the most almost.
And Lost in Lies.
When we get to that,
Yeah.
No, Lost in Lies. I remember you were scared to play for Lost in Lies.
Yeah.
I'm always scared to play. but it's because I wanna
You want to do good. Yeah,
I want to do good and not. I'm never. I know it's like a thing, like pocket drummer, but I've always been the type of drummer
That's so funny.
that I try to. I don't ever want to be the one that everyone's like, "Yo, the drummer was amazing."
Right.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that feels good, but I want to elevate you guys. That's what I feel like rhythm should be. It's elevating whoever's.
Well, I'll tell you
around.
one thing. This was a moment where you were able to do both.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was like one of the moments where you were able to help us and help you
Yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time
Dude,
because
yeah.
it shows like 100%.
Definitely, if there's a tier list of all of our songs, this is an S tier.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is an S tier
This is our
song.
biggest song.
It is our
Yeah.
biggest song.
Remember when it blew up? I was in
Oh,
Puerto Rico.
Spotify.
He
right?
was in Puerto
I was in
Rico. This
Puerto
man's
Rico.
out of
Yeah.
Puerto Rico having the time of his
Yeah.
life over here. Drew sipping on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what is going? Like every minute, it was going up like hundreds, and I think there was
So
there was like
awesome.
an hour that it was like going up thousands of views. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
going on?
Oh yeah.
We had like what was our
Yeah,
peak
so it was.
monthly listen?
I think it's at 8. I think it peaked up at 8,000.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's our biggest song. Which is
Rightfully
funny. Which is funny because I don't consider it our biggest song.
It-
I don't know what would be our biggest song. I think for me, like I don't know.
Of this album.
Of this album, I don't think of it as our biggest song. I think it's our
Man.
biggest banger.
I don't know.
But I don't.
It
I don't.
might be.
I don't know if I
it's
consider it.
either-
a
It's
hit.
either that or
Statistically,
it's
it
like
is probably.
yeah,
Are you
statistically
basing
yes.
it-
I don't
Or
think,
Lead Me
not
On is either one of the
statistically.
two.
I think that's what it is. I don't view this song statistically as a hit,
Oh,
but it is a hit.
It is.
It is.
So that's why we play it all the freaking time.
my
and it's
dad
awesome.
plays it all the time.
Does he
He
really?
loves it. He
Wow.
loves the song. He really
That's
does.
crazy.
I think it's the drum beat
Yeah.
because you're literally going through 3 different ones. There's
Yeah.
the disco, there's the
fast
kind of the
paced,
driving,
hi-hat
and then there's
attack.
the
Yep.
breakdown.
Yeah, that's another thing too with for this album specifically. Like obviously, Evolved is the one that starts it off,
Yep.
and in Evolved, just to kind of go back to that, as the song progresses, I add more portions into the drums.
Mhm.
So I like go from like a basic like rock to like adding toms to then adding more of the kick. At the end of the
Mhm.
song, it's like a whole thing.
Everything. Yeah.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
that
So-
the verse drums on Evolved they suit the song so well, but you would never expect it to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Risk is like that too. It's like it's supposed to. You see, like you say, you have a whole bunch of different drums, and I was like, how can I make this start one way, and then by the end of the song, you're like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So
Ah.
All right, here's the next one.
Oh man, yeah. I like this one too. Like when you play, you're playing on this one. Frank was really good. Just how well you like stuck in the pocket when like we were getting into the that like those like hits, but you were just like consistently there, just like attacking every moment. It sounds great. You
This-
just aggression is what it was.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
the song I think he's talking about. I was very frustrated with this song.
You can tell.
I was very frustrated.
You can tell you
I
were
think we all
attacking
could
the
tell.
drums, like just really like doing everything you
Yeah.
could to get it right, and you got it.
Like I said, I thought it was the apartment, but maybe it was. I'm sure it was there, but I just remember we had to stop for like we had to stop in the middle of it because he was so done
Yeah.
and he was so mad about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'll
love
never
this song.
forget.
I remember
I
that
felt
though.
so bad. I was like, all right, let's give him a break.
yeah.
We'll come back to
Come
it.
back. We'll take 5. We'll work on something else, and then we'll come back.
Man. But you hear it. He was attacking the whole time.
I want to say a big reason why
I love
it
this
was so
part.
frustrating is because if I'm not mistaken, Frankie had to record with one ear. Yeah, he had to have one earpiece because you needed the other.
Oh.
Because we didn't have
Oh,
budget.
we were so bougie,
Dude,
or
it
not
was-
bougie. We were broke.
broke.
The mics
Straight
that we
up.
had for this, I bought secondhand,
Yeah.
and
still have them. I still
we
have
didn't
some.
know what we were doing. we got like equipment that I don't even think we were supposed to use for that.
No idea.
Yeah.
We had no idea what
Do
we
you
were doing.
remember the huge soundboard that we got from Topher?
Yeah, that's how we recorded it.
Yeah.
Like, that was like as big as his couch.
That's how we were able to do it.
His couch cushion.
Was use that
It
thing.
was so huge.
Shout out
And
to him.
Trying to
So there's-
figure out
if
how
there's
to go
any,
from there
like,
to there.
Up and coming artist,
Yeah.
you can make anything out of, anything out of like sticks
But
and
it's
stones.
even
Yeah,
because even
anything.
around this time we weren't using websites like Splice to find different
Samples and
we were literally finding whatever FL Studio had and
then
just
making
using that.
ourselves making our own samples as
Yeah.
well, like just trying to our own
recording
voices,
different
guitars.
like bumps on a bed or
Yep.
like
Like
on a
behind the
counter.
scenes of what we do now, like we make almost the entire track digitalized. and then we add everything like afterwards. But
Yeah.
we didn't do that before.
No.
Everything was kind of, this is the guitar, this is the guitar.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
bass. This is the
It
bass.
has to be this bass. You cannot record it again. Oh, yeah.
Dude, yeah, like over Oceans, it's literally, it's one mic that held us up
A
the
blue
whole
snowball
time.
microphone.
A
one
blue
position.
snowball microphone.
A blue snowball mic. We put it in front of the amp. We put a pop filter in. That was what we used to record vocals.
Two pop filters.
Two pop filters
Yep.
to record vocals, and then we would put it in one section of Miguel's room, and that's where we did the drums.
Yep.
Like that thing was blown out.
It did everything.
Still have it.
by the time it. Yeah.
Still has
Still have
it.
it. I was
It's-
using it
yeah.
for stream.
Yeah.
For a
Straight
while.
blown out, bro.
Oh.
Didn't you
So-
write on it? Did you like draw on that mic? or
No, that's nothing.
No,
Yeah,
it's just like, so like, you know
beat
how
up.
there's like a plastic thing on the side on like the,
It's supposed to be like a
it
black
says
little
glue
logo.
on it.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
all like glued, all the glue's off of it. I think the blue snowball, like you can take off the actual blue logo. That's all.
I want to know
gone.
if I still have
It's,
the.
it's close to rusting at this point.
I want to know if I have the lyrics for this. I remember writing it down, but I don't remember if. I
This is
Were you
the-
going through a breakup with this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the way that I broke up with my ex.
Yes, this.
Did you send it to her and was like, I'm so sorry?
No, no, it's not
I
true.
was gonna say.
That'd be with it. Oh snap! I have it here. So May 1st, 2017.
Yes.
Wow.
When I wrote this,
We.
but it's different.
We wrote
Yeah, I was gonna
this.
say this isn't.
This is we had to do a lot of rewrites for this one because I remember bringing it to the guys and then they were like, "I get it, but let's switch it."
Yeah, because it's
The
like,
chorus
yeah.
is always
This
fine.
this was written officially at our house.
Yep.
Yeah.
In his room, and we told you because we were really lyrics and like we need to rewrite things. But I was like, I need you to go all out. Like, how do you really feel?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And like
For
cut
the
your
one-
sleeve on this one because
Yeah.
this.
You'll see it in post, but yeah, like love on my lover, don't let me hold you back. I can't pretend this will work when it really has no chance. Let your ship sail on and go on to meet someone who will treat you better forever. I can't do this, no.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah, I
So
think for
And
me,
then
I
it
think
goes
my argument
to-
for like why we
We played it. Oh, okay. So here's the IMG set list.
oh wow,
From July, we did not play it.
we tried to do one more light.
we
We
did
did do it.
We did do it.
Yeah,
We played it because
Yeah,
it had already been a year.
No,
Yeah.
this is 2018.
It had been a year.
So yeah,
Yep,
had
it had already been a year.
would have been a year.
shout out to
Yeah, the
Justin.
tour set list. Yeah, Evolve was right up at the top.
Fred, did you play that? One more light. Did we all play one more
He,
light?
me and him.
Yeah, it was just us two.
Oh yes.
Okay, October 26th headline show. We still didn't play Evolved. Interesting.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it was Nashville.
And then the set list? No, dude.
I
Then I
don't
guess
know.
we started playing it on that tour. On the small, because look, that's the small world tour set list, and it's right there, number 1. So yeah, we didn't play that song until the tour.
Damn.
Wow.
That's very interesting. Nope, there it is.
Whoa.
November 30th, Evolved.
But it has an asterisk on it.
I think it was because it was new. We debuted Evolve and
Madness.
Madness.
Wow.
Oh, strong enough to
crazy?
save. It's a classic.
Sure
You
enough
know,
to
you
say,
know.
yeah. I wonder why there's two. I don't
know.
Oh, look at this. Rock Festival set list. I like to make different set lists and tour posters just in case. Look what's number 1, Lost in Lies, and I think that's the next song. Nope,
No, we got
it's corner shows.
Corner
Corner
shows.
show.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get to Lost Lights, we got to go through transmissions.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Corner shows.
All right, so do we like want to talk about the song?
We would like
really,
to
or-
keep
we should
out
keep
of
it as
respect we will
vague
keep the
as
they
vague as possible.
we'll keep them they.
This is just we were having a lot of teen angst.
This was the teen angst.
This was the teen angst song, and we just felt so passionate about it, you know. And it was just, and I
Yeah.
think what it was too is like we don't take a lot of things seriously, so it was also very just comedic for us.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
so
gosh, yeah.
we
Dude,
didn't, like
That's terrible. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
the different titles that we had for this.
I mentioned it.
The different titles. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Good times though.
I think one thing was just like we wanted to make a song about being angry at something, and we just didn't know really what to be angry at.
Oh no, we knew.
Oh
What
no,
to
we
be,
knew
no,
what to
we
be angry
knew,
at.
But it wasn't until it happened that we realized it that
Yeah.
we needed to put it into a song.
Wow.
This song was, we had it locked and loaded. It was.
Remember this song was used to be
It was
called.
loaded in a
So
magnet.
here's what's crazy.
We were debating.
Wait, here's what's crazy about this song. That this chorus we've had it for like. At that point, if,
A long
if this
time.
was if this was released
A
in
very
2018,
long
we had that
time.
chorus in 2016.
Yes, a long time.
We had this chorus for a long time, and we still have the original demo of this song.
Yep.
I think we did it for the fan club.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I
Sounds so
remember
different.
a big contribution
called
I put
Untold.
in is we
which is
needed
funny
to
because now we
add.
have a song called Told. You should
Told
go
now.
stream it right after this.
So it sounds like something was told.
Yeah,
Something was told.
something was told. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I remember one thing I remember I contributed to the song was it needs to have the word siren in it.
Yeah, you were very
That
adamant.
was really
about
big. I was like,
You
it needs to
gotta
have
have
the word siren in it.
Then that's a hit.
And it's a hit, baby. Right there.
There it is.
I said that.
Perfect.
If it's not in there, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of the band. You can take my
Take my bass.
take my masters out.
Take my masters out.
Oh wow.
I think
Yeah,
I also
this
remember.
one you playing live is just I see it in you when I look
Oh my
at
gosh.
you.
Do you know
Just
that
like-
one video?
You know, like you do the thing where you just crunch up and yeah, it's great.
Cue the video of Frank playing this song.
Yes.
You could just.
There
Oh,
is.
there's a video of you.
There's a
playing
good
it.
video,
On,
yeah.
like on tour.
Yeah.
Not when we recorded. I remember. I think it was Michelle that said that. I sounded like a Jonas brother, or wannabe Jonas brother on this one.
There was a lot of that. Yes.
Oh, remember the Scream sessions?
Wow.
This was the
Great screen.
this
Oh,
was the best
perfect.
song of Screams in this album.
Thank you.
And the
And
I,
we don't
uh,
utilize it enough. It's unfortunate. We don't use it like this.
No,
song live.
yeah, I mean, I think the most recent time we did was a little bit in Told, and that was it.
Yeah.
Barely, yeah.
But I think with the screaming,
Your eyes were bloodshot right after those takes.
Yes,
too.
I remember that
yeah,
second
because
your
I
mom was
wasn't, I didn't know how to
freaking
do it. I just was figuring it out, and I had no technique, and I was just a dumb kid trying to do dumb things, and that was what it was. And so I advise everybody, if you are gonna scream, take the lessons, figure it out, learn your
Please.
body, learn your gut, and you will succeed. Because that's what I know now. Now I can do it with no problem, but back then it was very hard to do, and I just was trying to sound like Chester as much as possible. That was like my goal. I had no other screaming aspirations, or I had no other anyone else to look to for a screamer. It was just Chester. So my goal was to get to that point and get as loud as he could. And sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't.
Overall,
All right.
the song's fire.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, this song was definitely one of
Song's
those where it's
fire.
like,
It's
Wow.
it's changed a lot now with the recent times and,
Yeah.
and use.
Oh yeah.
But dope song.
this is actually I remember making a single art for the song because I had a hunch of like this. I think this would be a really cool single to put, but I'm glad we did it.
No, yeah. The singles we have now are fine.
Yeah, no. Instead, I think Madness was the single right after because you know how people they'll have other singles.
It's
Right
kind of
after,
crazy
right
if you
when
look at
Madness
like the
was that.
singles we released. It does not represent the album as a whole. It's crazy.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
There were still so many songs that people just like. It was like took so many. Left
Okay,
turns
so
we didn't
so
know.
we'll go here. What are let's say we're releasing Small World again. What are the 3 singles that you would put that kind of encompass the album right before it drops?
Evolved.
Evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Risks.
Yeah, risks.
Lead Me On.
And Lead Me On. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it composes of everything. It has this pop element, it has the hard rock, and it has the rap, which is pretty much everything that was the album.
Interesting.
I agree with the first two. I think the third one I would probably do like Madness.
I was gonna say
Ooh.
Madness.
Damn.
Here's another fun fact. I also made a cover up for Madness because I thought.
I mean, that would have been a great
I
single.
vaguely
Yeah.
remember that.
You remember
I think
it was the
so,
hand coming
yeah.
out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would have been a great one.
That was gonna be it. Yeah, but I mean, it was after
Mhm.
it came out. All right, here we go.
Here we
Not
go.
much to say on this one.
We'll
No,
just.
I mean this one is cool. Like I like this idea.
I
mean, I'm not
love
gonna skip it.
When
We're
I'm
still gonna
listening
listen
to
to
the
it.
album, I actually listen to
don't
this
skip
more
it.
than I listen to Lost
I do
Lives.
too. I do too.
I
Sounds
forget
great.
what plugin we used for this, but I'm so mad I can never find it again.
So I remember writing this, and see when I write,
we wrote this at my parents' house.
we did.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
wrote
yeah.
at your parents' house,
We wrote it at my parents'
and
house.
then
I still have. I think
I
have the
remember it vividly. We wrote it there. We wrote Lost and Lies there. We did Evolved, and then when we were done, we went downstairs, and your uncles just came from
El Salvador.
and so we were telling him what we were doing, and then he was saying, "Oh, is it like oh god, Santana? Is it like Santana?" It's like I was like, "No, it's not
No,
like
it's
Santana."
satanic, but you know,
Close enough.
whatever you want, Unc.
Chris had really good memories. But no, like, yeah, I guess when I'm writing, I like to put my headspace in like somewhere else.
Yeah, this was definitely one of your babies for sure. I was kind of following
I'd
your
say
lead on
Edgar
this
is
one.
like a very he has a secret pen. He doesn't write as much as we want him to, but when he does, he comes out with some really cool stuff. And this and Lost in Lives were like those songs were just, I don't know, it felt like we were in a whole different world. We needed that extra thing because it felt like it was just a lot of me and him. And then when you did this song and Transmissions, it felt like we were just in another section of the world. It kind of put us in another place.
It was cool. All right,
I definitely wanted to.
Just kidding.
I still do too. You can go ahead and play. I mean, we could talk about
Yeah, it
it.
goes right
This is
into
a
it.
transition
Yeah,
track.
You said this is a transition.
Transmissions was a
I was
transition.
gonna say, that's a pretty hefty
Transition track to
transition
this
right
one.
there, if I do say so myself.
I think a big inspiration for this one was Linkin Park. It was Minutes to Midnight. It was my goodness, why No More Sorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I felt like this was a big No More Sorrow inspiration song.
Really?
Yeah, this one. More specifically, the Live from Melon. What is it called? Live from Melon Keys.
Milton Keys, yeah.
Yeah, that specific version.
This
Remember the
does
rap?
have.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, the
There was supposed to be rap.
yes,
in between
that
those
that
verses.
it's supposed to be crawling.
They were supposed to be crawling.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then it's
Yeah, I was just like, no.
I think one of those. Crap. Never mind. I thought I remembered it. I mean, it's out there. Like not out there, but we have it.
We do. Okay,
have-
I knew
we
we
have
wrote
it.
it.
Of you
we,
doing
we,
it.
No. We
Yeah.
wrote it
He
for
did
you.
it. No,
Yeah,
no,
we wrote it
he
for you.
recorded
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
the demo is me doing
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So it was a reference for
Honestly,
you.
it sounds whack.
Yeah, it was really
I
cringy.
didn't like it.
It's really cringy. Yeah.
I remember when I was playing for this, I got in my Foo Fighters.
Oh
Yes.
yes,
Put my Foo Fighters mask on.
this is that.
Yeah.
100%.
So it does have a lot of Linkin Park. Like I can hear it when you say you're supposed to rap there. It feels like it should be there.
It should be there.
But you know, what I mean, it sounds good the way it is.
Yeah.
But I
Without
remember-
it, yeah, it adds so much weight to what he says. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
yeah, I remember I was like, all right, this is not like alternative rock. This is more like heavy.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
that riff, dude.
Till
That-
this day, it's our heaviest song.
Yeah.
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 Till this day, we've never done anything like it.
No.
Mm-mm.
Then a bass there. Doom, 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 doom. So cool. Dang. Yeah, we never done this live.
Nope.
We're gonna keep it that way.
Yeah.
I would. So the reason why I brought this earlier is like I would love to redo the song so we could do it live.
Oh, it sucks, bud.
I know, we're not.
No,
like
it's
that.
definitely- I
That's
think-
my only
I think-
thing. Like it's just hard.
Especially now. I say this respectfully. I don't think we were good enough musicians to pull this off at that time.
No, we weren't.
I think now, give us maybe like 3 tries. I think we would nail it.
Yeah.
When I think of album 4, I'm not thinking of this song like putting it in there, but like I see elements of what I want in album 4 already.
Oh my god, yeah.
That replaces
Surprise, we're working
this
on a new
kind of
album.
Desire, you know.
Just bleep it.
Surprise, working on a new album.
Is it a
It's coming
surprise?
to you in 4 years.
Just says it.
Just redaction.
The
Redacted, yeah.
this is where we announce Small World 2 coming to you next November.
Smaller world.
Smaller world.
Smaller world.
Smaller.
No, big world.
Big world.
Baby world.
Baby world.
Dwarf planet.
Little Big Planet.
Little planet. Oh.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to push my vocal on this one.
This was so cool.
I don't know what the heck we thought we were doing here, but we
We're
did.
making magic. That's what we were
Yeah.
doing.
This was all T.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I told him go nuts, and he went nuts.
I did a solo for this.
I think it was
You did.
this
Yeah,
solo.
the end.
Is it?
Not the end.
Yeah, you did the guitars at the house.
It was at the end. The last.
I remember I
chorus.
wanted to do something different. It was going to be more note based, but you guys were very like, no, it has to be harmonic kind of a thing.
You know why it has like a lot of that? That was one more step.
Mm.
Sorry,
One step closer.
One step closer.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm
oh,
on
oh.
1 hour sleep. One step closer. We were practicing that during that session
that's what it
to
was.
do it live, and we're like, this would be cool to use in the song.
Yeah.
And then this part.
False.
This is the only part I just would replace.
Yeah, I didn't like the scream.
I don't like it either.
Give it to
I
me
just
now.
wish-
I fucking destroy
Yeah,
this
I
thing. Beep
See-
it. Sorry, I would destroy this thing.
All right, mark that at 28 minutes.
We'll be alright.
I will
cut it,
say I wish. Yeah.
It's post.
Just like you said, of like wanting to redo. If you could redo it, I wish I could redo the guitars on this.
I would redo Evolve if anything,
Yeah.
but that's me.
I think out of the whole
Yeah, final
album,
thoughts?
that's the only song that needs to be redone.
What?
Is Lost and Lies. Out of the whole album, I like genuinely feel like it's that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it's like right.
Listen, Liz.
Listen, listen. Hold on.
Last in life.
Actually, I think were those the only lyrics? Yes.
Do you have lyrics? Oh, you do.
January. Nope, November.
Oh, November, you guys.
We started writing in November 6th, 2017.
At 6:00.
6 o'clock. Yeah, because you probably got
Out
at my crib at like 6, and then we set up everything.
Are you working on Publix then?
No, I was working at Host probably.
Hmm.
That's probably doing Host,
Wow.
which makes sense because I get off at 6.
This is actually different. Oh, there's not even a place to be. Oh no, just kidding.
Does it have the rap?
Yeah,
Yep.
it does.
Oh, let's
Oh,
see
let's
your
see.
miseries like
Yeah.
a pill head. I can see it so clearly. Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Remember that?
know about that
Running
too.
the race, I
You're
can't
crazy.
escape. Every turn I take, I surrender by my waist.
What?
Yeah, man.
I don't know about that play.
Certified
Yeah.
lover boy. Certified.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
For real.
All right.
Oh.
Here we go.
This song is beautiful. This when it pops up into my random shuffle.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever told you guys this. This song actually made it into a short film.
What?
Wait, did that actually go through?
I think it went through. It actually
Wow,
went through.
Shout out. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about this. This is like when we were figuring out.
This
He's
is-
like,
I think
we're
it was
gonna send an
20
email, whatever. And then they said, oh, we need like an instrumental version, and we need this version of this. And then we were making them. We were like just trying to get him out to send it to her. And then when we sent it, I didn't hear anything about it after the fact.
Yeah. I think they used it in a section of the song.
Shout out to.
But it was
whoever-
just it was only for the. I think we only did the orchestra part.
Yeah.
It was the orchestra and then the final.
Mm-hmm.
That was it though. I don't think our.
And they were
lyrics
wanting to
in
use
there.
it for like I think the credits or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember it being done in the credits, but it was definitely for a certain part of the thing.
Banger.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro,
this was-
So
I
this one-
remember this song. It's so. I remember when I was looking for a drum. This I did not. I needed your guys' help with, for sure. Cause I was in my head. I was imagining like a passion fruit type of beat on this. You remember that?
There was a passion
Wow.
fruit type beat.
Yeah. And I tried to
Wow.
recreate that, and then you were like, "Don't do that." I was like, "Okay." You told me to do something more jazz, not jazz. but you know
No,
what
what
I
I
mean,
think what I
softer.
my comparison, not a comparison, but my like this play
Oh,
like this
snap.
was
I have the lyrics to "Love Is on the Way."
oh,
April 5th,
2013.
2013 at 11 p.m. Sorry, go ahead.
I think my deal for you was play like the Phil Collins song
I don't remember.
"Into the Air
that.
Tonight."
Oh really?
That was my idea. Was like
Doom,
have-
doom, da, doom, doom, da. Ba, ba.
and that
So-
didn't work obviously.
Whenever we started making music on the name WeAreGeneration, the first song, actually the first song we ever wrote was called "Message for You."
That
And
was
it
the
was
first
it was a back and forth of like a daughter and a dad who was like, I think in the military or something like that. It was like letters.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
military.
something about like
It was like letters going back and forth. So we did that, and then we really liked the idea of like a message for you. So we wrote Alone, and it was the concept of, okay, now it's not daughter and dad, but it's me with God, and this is God's message for me. So that was the whole. And this was around the time when everything happened with
We had a
A family friend.
family friend.
Yeah, yeah.
the family
It was
friend,
you
yeah.
know we're just trying to.
and this is our Fix You.
Yeah, we were just
The song
wanting to
Fix You.
write something that just kind of gave hope to
Yep.
ourselves and the people that we cared about, and that's pretty much the idea of this song. And
Yeah,
it just
so-
spoke to so many levels. It was great writing.
Still one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely out of my top 3. This is definitely number 2.
You know, I thought you also
Oh, I know
had
this part.
Ed Sheeran vibes in the verses when you wrote them. I feel like I heard like Ed Sheeran style.
Yeah, this was definitely
Very
like,
singer
it had,
songwriter.
like, just different elements to it for sure. And the
was
drums
great.
are just great. They just flowed the whole time. Everything just felt like on
You know
one
how like
piece.
certain bands do like the Royal Albert Hall and they have like a 30,000 piece orchestra.
Yeah.
This is going on the set when we get to that,
I-
or just
imagine
any.
violins in the back.
Oh my gosh, just a whole like a orchestra section
that
with the
was
song.
like a chorus singing it.
Dude, with a choir. Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
yeah, definitely. This is definitely one of my favorite songs.
Cool. I remember that last little synth thing that was not supposed to be in the song, and I remember T was like, "That's not supposed to be there."
It was no, I think it was no, that was evolved.
Oh, was it evolved?
I think it was evolved. I think it's the same pack, synth pack, but it was for evolved, and then you're like, nah, keep it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, because a lot of the elements, I think the only thing that's different from this song and the Message for You demo
Right.
was the drums
Mm.
and the orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else was it.
Banger.
All right, this is the last song on the record. Restore.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the last one. Yeah, it's our longest song to date.
It is 7 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to beat the record. I really am. That's
7 minutes 30 seconds.
So the
Pretty long.
I know.
honestly, I
but
think
honestly, it isn't though. I think about that. Like, man, it was a long song.
no, it's because of the end
It's
section,
'cause
the
of
welcome.
section, yeah. That's really
So
what did it.
what started? I want to say what kick started Small World was Welcome, which
Yes.
is the piece of music that you hear after the song. That whole section is called Welcome, and that was supposed to be the album opener.
Yep.
That goes right into Lead Me On. We have demos of it, so you can't tell me that I'm wrong because I know.
No, you're right with it. And then we were so confident that it was gonna be in the album,
And we wanted it to be. It
that
was
we
so
incorporated it
powerful.
into live without even being released.
Yeah,
right?
it was like the first
Mm.
show we did at Jersey, or the second time we went over there, I think.
The first,
we-
the first because
time.
it was for this picture.
Yep.
The
Yep.
first time we went to Jersey.
and we opened the show with it, and
Which
it
is-
went terribly.
Yeah.
Um,
was not,
It went-
yeah, just didn't work.
it was really bad.
It
We
didn't
know
work
how to play the
because
tracks.
we couldn't hear ourselves.
Yeah, we had no
That was my
equipment
first
for it,
experience with tracks ever.
And the only because
Yeah.
we never played with tracks. So all we needed was for that to go wrong, and we knew that we were never going to play with tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we might beat the record, but
I love playing this one live.
this was cool.
This one was like probably one of my
Bringing
favorites
out
to watch
an,
live. Yeah.
Do you guys have
Bringing
a
out another
specific
case.
moment of
Like a
when we
favorite
play
one?
this live where it was?
Mine was it was the spring 2019 tour. We were in Brooksville, and it was my birthday.
Yeah, that's a great one.
We did this, and I think I mashed it with So Will I.
Yep.
And then there
Never
was
give
another
up.
song, one of my favorite Spanish worship songs. It's called Digno. We mashed that up.
Banger.
I love that. But yeah, that's definitely, when I think of Restore, I think of those shows and us mashing it up with that, and especially that Brooksville show.
What about you, Frank?
My
Oh, go ahead.
favorite one was the basement show.
Yes.
Mm,
That was the one where
That's
I think
mine
it was like
too.
the first time we did it,
I think so, yeah.
and I think we dedicated it to Eric for the first one.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he had passed, I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
And then when we played it, we were like, yeah, no, we're dedicating it to him. Yeah, I remember that.
But it's just a great emotion, great moments. I mean, T plays it great.
Yeah. What about you, Frank?
No, I agree with Mig.
The basement. Right?
yeah.
That's your church, right?
Yeah, that was at my church. Yeah.
Yeah. The with
That's
the,
not the official name for it, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we call it.
We just call it the basement. Sorry.
It's a rare thing in Florida to see basements.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's the closest you'll get to one in Florida.
For real.
I remember when we were finishing up the record, I wanted to, like Miguel was saying a little bit earlier, like the concept kind of a thing. For him, it was, for all of us, it was like lyrically and story wise, but I also wanted different elements from other
Yeah,
songs.
something you can hear.
So in this section, you hear the synth from Lead Me On. Right when we get to the other section right here.
And this is the straight up Foo Fighters inspiration song.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. You hear the. That's the synth from Lead Me On. So yeah. E, what's your memory of the song?
No, it's the same. It's the basement. Having the we
Dang,
had
so
a
only
card.
one?
We had a. I know, right? We had a crate stage. We
Yep.
had a crates, and we had the logo behind us.
Yep.
That
With all the
that your wife
lights off.
painted.
Yeah,
Your
with
wife
all
painted
the
the
lights off, and there was like red blue lights or whatever. We had something. It
It
was,
was like strobe lights.
Strobe
We had
lights.
strobe lights, black lights, Christmas lights.
Yeah, well, Christmas
All right, so
lights.
2017. I guess this is the show.
And yeah, this
Welcome.
song, I think
I don't know how.
we had a
else to-
great audience that night.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
They
Like I
did.
remember like that because this was
Dang.
almost close to the end of the set, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this
oh,
was the
this
end of
is
the
This
set.
is-
no,
I
it's
think
before
this is-
crazy.
I think it was.
Oh, yeah, of
I
course,
think this is
crazy.
the set that we did for that show.
Um,
No, it was a December show. Hold on, there it is.
Yeah, December 15th
Yep,
show.
and then Altar Call
and I remember
after
being
that.
very
Interesting.
nervous.
See,
about
look,
it.
A Truth in a Thousand Lies, acapella. We did that right before Crazy. That's the demo name for Evolved. It was at that December show.
It's 1,000 Suns.
Back then I had
Now we were playing Fierce at the time.
Fierce in
Fierce.
Jersey was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was my favorite performance of Fierce. Was in
I could
Jersey.
never, but every time we play that song, I can never get that riff right. I would always mess it up every time.
Dun, dun,
I could
It's
never
true.
get that riff
It's true.
right. It's so stupid because it's so easy
Yeah.
now. And this is why I tell you, like we were not the best musicians back in the day. We could get by.
Yeah.
I think now we honed in on the craft so much that I think we were able to do it. One thing that I'm noticing of the set that's really interesting is the Over Oceans medley.
Yes.
Went from
Yeah,
Over Oceans
yeah,
to
yeah.
Living Off, and then How He Loves. That was really interesting.
That's one of my favorite ones.
That's a great one.
I
love
I
that.
really wish we recorded
I gotta
this show.
hear that.
You don't remember that one?
No.
Oh, my
I don't either.
goodness.
That's why I wish we had a recording of it.
Especially when we got to How He Loves. So good.
Hey, how do you remember that? I did not remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, January 2018. Lead Me On.
2020.
We started.
Classic.
We hadn't even released Lead Me On yet. Oh wait, no. Yes, we did. Because it was 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Desperados Fierce 2020. Ooh. I always love that. July. What did we play for in July? Oh, we were supposed to do a show in July. That didn't work out.
For some reason, the 808s on this track is
It's so
so loud.
baller.
It's
Okay, here we go. So oh wow, I could have done that the whole time.
Oh wow.
awesome. How professional it looks.
So Lead Me On, Save. I almost said Saved by His Name. Wow.
now.
Strong Enough to Save, Breathe, Fierce, Over Oceans Restored, Desperados. And then these were the other shows that we did.
No, there's
in
Tideverse
April.
with 2020.
Yep.
Rom.
Oh, this is the first time we played Risks in these on those April shows. That's what the asterisks mean.
If we were to add one cover to this re-release, it would be Desperados.
Yes.
Because that I correlate
If we don't get-
Desperados with
I think
like
we gotta
It's
do-
either-
Small World is
Yeah.
Did you get
hand
in
in
trouble
hand.
for that?
no, it's
100%,
cover.
yeah.
You put cover.
We just have to
Protect
pay for it,
ourselves.
but we'll be all right.
Okay.
Let's
Andy,
see
if you're
what
listening,
else.
please don't
Oh,
stop.
Restore New Bridge. Hey, how you doing?
Plus, it's like
We played at IMG.
it's
That's
nothing
so
like the original
baller.
track. So how much can we get from?
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Small World.
And you know what's
Gentlemen?
so crazy? I just like, I think about like the ending of this album, and it was just like, it felt like, I don't know, like we just felt like so like uncertain about like what would be the future of the band, if that makes sense. Because it just at the end of it, it just felt like very ambiguous. Like it just was this grand thing, and then that's it, and it just
Well,
Yeah.
concept like going behind the scenes here. That Welcome, originally when we decided to put it at the end, was going to be the beginning of the third album.
Right.
That was like kind of like we're
Yeah.
gonna connect the two albums together.
Yeah. So then at this point, it felt to me like, what are we welcoming now? I guess like that's what I thought of at that point.
I think
was, like-
no. Welcome was always like welcome to the new life.
Right.
Welcome to this new.
But I
okay,
mean,
so
like,
you
let
went through
me-
all of this because remember it was the concept.
Yeah.
So you went through all of this, and then you opened the door, and now you're living your life differently after everything that just happened.
Mhm.
That's what Welcome was.
Yeah.
And so that's why it made more sense for us to put it right after Restore, because it was. I mean, the song is called Restore. You're restoring everything that just happened to you. So now you feel like you can walk in a new light.
Right.
And so that's what the VHS tape was, the
Mhm.
memories of everything that happened.
I
in the
guess
beginning
it's
to the
just
end.
when you put that in perspective of like the fear of the unknown, I guess.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
It kind of all goes into that as well.
Yeah.
Which made me think like, dang, like then you hear the third album and it's just like. You
You want to play it right now? Let's do the second.
To me, it felt
Let's do
like
part two right now.
To me, it felt like that was like, oh, I know what I am. That's like how I always envisioned it, where
Okay.
it was just like over floating off into whatever, and then it just grounded, and it comes back to this is
It's like
reality.
it's
That's an interesting way.
because the title's like Small World, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like it's a concept between this whatever all these stories that we
Yeah.
kind of put together. But like with the next one, it's like it's like a whole different world,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like when it starts and it's like pop, the pop hits.
Mhm.
It's like wow, like it's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the colors, like we in this cover art,
It felt like you woke up as
we
a different
use
person.
you know
almost.
dark
Yeah.
muted
different
colors, a lot of
character.
blue, you know.
That's a really interesting way of putting it. I think every album that we do, you're waking up as a new character.
Yeah, it felt like
That's
that.
really cool.
It really did feel like
Yeah.
that because this whole thing, you know, we going through all these emotions, and at the
Just
end
teen
of it,
angst.
it just it just at the end of it, it becomes this floating, like ambiguous idea of like what could happen after this, and then it's just immediate.
You wake up as an adult.
Yeah,
the
immediately you
horns
wake up in
represent your alarm
mid-twenties
clock.
and
We wake
everything hurts, and
We wake
horns
up
are
in
blazing.
the middle
Everything
of
hurts.
COVID.
Yeah, that's more your alarm.
That's
that
your
you
alarm
hear when
clock
you have
going to
wake up
work.
for work every day. Yeah,
There you
So
go. We
that's,
just cracked the code on the WeAreGeneration universe.
we really did. And then you
So
think
it
about
is.
coastlines. Another
Coastlines
character.
is
Coast-
chilling, dude.
I like a coastlines to me is like you have the other planet of momentary hues.
Yeah,
You,
it's like its
just-
moon.
it's kind of like yeah, and when you get to coastlines, it's like driving back to back home from that world, or like you're going back and it's
Oh, true.
that road
okay,
trip
okay.
back.
So it's like you.
Yeah, it's like a road
remembering the
trip.
Things you
Yeah.
saw while I was on the way.
Because I've
and
always
everything.
pictured coastline as a road trip, and the songs correlate with that kind of like in
But where are
Florida.
they traveling to?
And well, like
Yeah.
we're in Florida, right?
Right,
So
right.
that's where mostly where we based off of. This is like the coastlines of like the ocean, and like
Yeah.
that kind of
I've always
vibe.
wanted to do. I always wanted to do
Florida,
a
I guess.
record. What'd you say?
So I guess we're just going back to Florida.
We're just going.
We're just driving around Riverview. That's all we're doing.
Yeah,
oh
man.
man.
So that's what I wanted coastlines to be. I wanted it to be a road trip, kind of a record.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could still see certain elements of like Small World. I see elements of Small World in every single record. And
Yeah,
I think
everything we've
this
done,
record,
yeah.
and I always said this from the beginning, like Small World should have been our first album, but I think it's great that it is our second because you get to see a lot of you get to hear the growth just in the first song alone.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the late night conversations, I when we were talking about leading on and all that, like wanting it to sound different, but still some familiarity. So I'm glad of the way that the sequence is, and I think the sequence of this album was very, very important.
Yeah. Very
to us.
thought of. Like very thought out.
It had to make sense.
Yeah.
And I think we wrote. There's a lot of other stuff that didn't make the cut.
We can't forget too of like Safe Place and Midnight.
Nightmare.
Nightmare. Sorry, forgive me, guys. I'm really low. Nightmare, like, cause those
Yeah.
tracks to me are like that transitional period.
Yeah.
After-
Photographic memory.
What do we photograph?
Goes
Like,
right
what do
into
we do
momentary
after
hue.
Small World?
Yeah.
That's to me what it felt like is
Yeah.
how do
Safe
we?
Place was a great transition from
Mm-hmm.
okay, we had done this whole record, which took us 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years. 4
Mhm.
years to make. And then Safe Place, the world shut down. We did Nightmare.
No,
which is
no. Safe
frickin'
Place was before
dope.
the world shut down.
Yeah. 2019.
That's what I said.
Oh,
Yeah, he said
that's what I
that-
said.
and then
They
the
say
world
no.
went after.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I-
So Safe Place, yeah. Then the world shut down. Then Nightmare came out, and then starting the new year with Photographic Memory that flows beautifully into Momentary Hue, in my
Yeah.
humble opinion.
It does. Yeah.
Because if we were to go from Safe Place to Momentary Hue,
It would
think
have
it'd
been
be a
too
lot more
polarizing. Yeah.
we're like, what the
you
freak?
needed those transitional tracks,
I think we needed those
Mhm.
those three projects.
and probably your best artwork was
Nightmare,
Yeah.
100%.
My favorite artwork.
Oh my
That was
gosh,
crazy.
dude!
I don't
That
know
is
how
my-
you did that. That was
bro.
incredible.
Text effects,
Blend.
man. Thank you, free pick. But yeah, man. Friggin' Nightmare.
Also, that was Frankie's debut writing too. Was Safe Place.
Safe Place, yeah.
Yeah.
We wrote My Desire
Yeah.
in Miguel's bedroom with Miguel not there. I think you
True.
had work, and then you just
Yeah.
let
I
us-
just was too busy.
Yeah, we were just there. We were like, what do we do now?
Actually, you know what's funny? I still have the demo.
really?
The demo of
We
My
recorded on the
Desire.
phone, right?
Mhm.
That's
You
funny.
guys, no. So Miguel was in there. I was there, but I had to leave.
Yeah, you were
And
leaving.
so I was like, you guys should stay here. You guys do what you guys got to do.
And
And
then-
you guys were doing everything on your iPad.
Yep.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, because
Oh,
you had
okay.
your garage band.
You had
Oh.
your garage band.
Hey, we were trying to write
Yeah.
this. We were trying to write it for.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm trying to think
Dang.
too from some of the demos that we did during Small World that they might have appeared somewhere else. I don't think we had anything.
Wait, what did you say?
It's from Small World demos.
The demos
that
from
never-
Small World, like if we ever reused them for something else, but I don't think we did.
No.
I think once we stopped Small World, we started focusing on the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is there was a song about like a kaleidoscope or
That's My Desire.
no,
No?
it was not maybe a kaleidoscope. It was like a thing. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a thing like does this
Helix.
helix. Yeah.
Helix. That was one
That
song
never
from.
came out to be anything.
No,
though.
but
Yeah,
I
no,
remember
that was during-
That was several times we tried to bring that back into something.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
never
never
worked
just
out
yeah.
though.
couldn't work. Yeah.
Until now. Just kidding.
And here it is.
Here we go. There's world premiere. I wish, dude. I freaking love that song. But I'm also kind of
No,
glad
we
they didn't make
started
it.
kind of not recycling. That's not the great word to use, but we started being able to pull things from the archive. I would say like 2019 to 2020 after. Like now, everything we have in the archive are still some things that we'll end up pulling. Like a little fun fact. Told is something that was actually originally for the third album. It was when we were first writing for the third album. And it was too hardcore or too fast or too.
It was just
loud
different
for
from what we were gonna
needed
do.
it, yeah, to be, and so we got put on the back burner until we were like, we need to put out an EP, and then this is a great rock song. We need to go back to our roots, and so that's
Yeah.
what started that.
Told to me felt like the return to form.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah.
And again, in everything that we do, we always reference back to Small World.
Mm-hmm.
The Coastlines record was definitely one of those moments where we felt like those Small World sessions again, where it was just us four,
Yeah.
just writing, laughing.
Mm-hmm.
We laughed a lot during
laughed
these
a lot.
projects. During both of those projects, we laughed a lot.
Yeah.
And that was, and I think the music kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that we're here at the end, what are kind of some of your takeaways, your final thoughts of this record?
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
It's a record I'm extremely proud of till this day. It is my favorite because I think I just have a lot of like really good memories of staying up, being with you guys, and then when we were in the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
like having all the guys all night long and
Right.
and then after that the touring was awesome. Like I think that was our best,
Yeah.
we were able to perform the most and utilize the album a lot.
Yeah.
Even to this day when we come up with set lists, we basically almost add every single song from this album because we try to because like we're so familiar with it and we love the sound of it.
Yep.
In a live setting. Yeah, it's great and I can't wait for the next.
Well said.
Can't wait.
Frankfurt.
Final thoughts. I don't think I'll ever have final thoughts on the album, if that makes sense.
Deep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, too deep.
No, really. Every time I'm gonna be honest, this is well, first of all, it's like the album that we put a lot of our emotions into, and every time we revisit it, it's like, oh, I remember when I felt that way, or I remember when we stood up to like 12. I mean, that's not super late, but still, we were like 12 and we had to get all this stuff done. And I was frustrated about this. And I remember honestly, and don't take this in a bad way, after this album, I felt burnt out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like burnt out, like, I don't want to do this. It was like burnt out, and I was like, let's keep going. Let's do this again. You know what I mean? It's and that's what I kind of want to get to. It's like every time, like even now, I come back to the album and I was like, that's it. Like I felt like it was, even though it's how many songs? 10 songs?
I think so.
Let's see. It is 13.
13 songs.
It was
and
54
it feels
minutes.
it feels like it.
We ran through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like one of those albums that every time I revisit, it's passed, so much time has passed that it feels like, you're like remembering. Yeah, I remember when I was like 17, 18 doing this and, barely had any money and still do, but
Yeah, nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
The financial hasn't changed, but our bodies have.
yeah, right? Dude, yeah, it's
Some for the
crazy.
better.
Some for the better.
Yeah.
No.
I'll say this, man. Wow, now that you said that, I don't want to have final thoughts on this because I always want to think about this record. But yeah, this is the record where we cried, where we laughed, where we bled, where we
lot of bleeding.
really grind our teeth on. And just like you were saying with the tour for this one was so much fun.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. And I think I remember too that we were on the car ride. I think you were dropping me off at my house after a session. I remember telling you, I was like, dude, I want to play venues on this tour. Like, I think this is going to be the album that really skyrockets our career. And it did for the most part.
It gave us a lot of opportunities.
It gave us so many opportunities that I'm so grateful for.
Oh yeah.
Gives us so many hardships that I'm grateful for. Gives us so many like just different chances to do things different, and really, really proud of it. And I commend all of you because me and Miguel, we always put an expectation on all of you every record, and I think with this one you guys definitely like exceeded it
Yeah.
tremendously. So definitely this is the album that I'll always reference because I'm just so proud of it, but then also not just because of the body of work, but the people who made the body of work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I have to say about that before I start crying.
Yeah.
Meg,
Oh, I'm gonna make you cry now. No, I'm playing. You know, I was talking to Edgar about this a couple of weeks ago. About our passion and our drive and how it's measured over the years. And one thing I always remember is the type of man I was back then. And I mean that to say I was just trying everything and anything to get my sound out there. And I didn't care how I did it. I just wanted to get it done. I was super hungry. I was super eager. I was super energetic. I was loud. I was angry. And it allowed me to push myself and to push you guys to make something that we didn't think we were going to be able to make. There was many times where T and I just like looked at the body of work and had to ask ourselves, can we pull it off? Because we just didn't know. And we were so scared and we were so frustrated at times. And it allows me now as a 27-year-old man to look at my 17-year-old self and say that that passion that you had, it unfortunately will die out a little bit. But you have to remember who that was in order for you to still keep some remnant of whatever this is still going, you know? And so I'm so thankful for the passion I had then and the hunger I had then. I identify now that I'm no longer that man, and I feel at peace with that. And that to me is such a, because we did it all. We've done it all so far. The only thing we haven't done is snatch the Grammy and go on major tour. And that's really it. And that's my next move. Don't worry. We'll get there. But right now, I can confidently tell you that I've gone pop, I've gone rock, I've gone hip hop, I've produced, I've written, I've got to really see and witness a lot of it from a lot of different fronts. And so it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for you guys. It wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for myself, for God. So, you know, this album made our careers, whether we like it or not, you know. So that's what I gotta say.
Tight. You want to say something?
No. I just force habit.
Well, we can cut this out.
Yeah.
Stop. I was gonna say put stuff to my mouth.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this. Here, what you want to say? You said you wanted to cut it out, so might as well just not have it.
No, I'm saying we can cut. What I'm about to say is we can cut this out. What I'm about to say.
So then, why are we gonna keep this rolling?
Well, because you can like
Choose to
you
keep
can
it
choose
if
to
you
keep it in. That's what
Wait.
that means. You can cut it out if you need to cut it out.
What is it?
I was gonna say, do you want you want to talk about the future maybe a little bit? Give us a little kind of what our headspace is.
The future is we're gonna make more music and we're gonna keep playing more shows.
And that's not what I'm talking about.
Um,
I'm trying to get into the nitty gritty.
That's really all that they need to know at this very moment in time. That
Are we working? Are we not working,
We
T?
are definitely working. We're working on a new record. We're working on getting more shows, and we're gonna keep playing these songs even if we're sick of them.
No
I don't think I've had. I know, right?
No practice.
No practice.
I don't think I have a song. I don't think I have a song that we play off of this record that I'm sick of.
don't
I think
so
every
either.
time we play it, it's always like a joy to play.
Honestly, I guess we haven't played that many shows in like forever and
Mm-hmm.
like at all, but like I'm not sick of any of it. I'd love to go back to Over Ocean sometime. And play a
Okay,
song
we're
for
gonna
Over
cut it
Ocean.
here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you
So
guys.
I want hashtag save Over Ocean.
Save the oceans.
Hashtag. Okay, you wanna know the future? We're remaking Over Oceans. We said it live, so now you have to do it, Miguel.
Redacted.
You gotta redo it, Miguel.
All right.
Said it. It's official.
It's official.
And
This is the
cut.
expectation.
It's
I
all
set
beeped.
right now. You have to exceed it.
It's all beeped right now.
I didn't want to remake it. I just want to re-release it, but we can cut.
We call it Under Oceans.
Under
Under
okay.
Ocean.
And with that being
Under
said,
oath.
thank you guys so much for watching.
That you
Make
have
sure
to
you
do
guys
this.
are celebrating and listening to. Jesus Christ! Thank you guys so much for watching. listening to
Bye,
this,
you
amazing
beautiful
body of work
people.
With us. Stream it now.
Please stream our music, buy our merch, tell your grandparents about us because they're the only ones that are gonna
Comment
understand.
on Instagram, IG. It's the same thing.
Anyway,
TikTok
so,
and YouTube.
God, we're so old.
Happy birthday over Happy birthday Over Oceans.
Nice face.
Happy birthday Small World. We'll